Embark on a riveting journey through the annals of military history, where the echoes of thunderous explosions reverberate across time. In this captivating exploration, we unveil the awe-inspiring spectacle of the top 10 biggest and largest ammunition explosive shells to have ever graced the battlefield. From the towering might of naval guns to the earth-shattering force of siege mortars, prepare to be immersed in the world of colossal firepower. Each explosive shell tells a story of technological prowess, strategic ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of dominance on the battlefield. Join us as we delve into the depths of military ordnance, uncovering the monumental impact of these weapons on warfare throughout the ages. Brace yourself for a journey that transcends mere history and plunges into the heart of human conflict, where the fate of nations has often been decided by the thunderous roar of these immense projectiles. In the annals of warfare, few weapons command the awe and respect as the explosive shell. These formidable projectiles, ranging from towering naval guns to massive siege mortars, have left an indelible mark on military history, shaping the outcomes of battles and the fate of nations. Today, we embark on a voyage through time, delving into the realm of the top 10 biggest and largest ammunition explosive shells ever created. In this video, we will explore the monumental impact of these awe-inspiring weapons, uncovering the stories behind their creation, development, and deployment on the battlefield. From the thunderous roar of naval artillery to the earth-shaking force of siege mortars, each explosive shell reveals a chapter in the ongoing saga of human conflict. As we set the stage for our exploration, it's essential to understand the significance of explosive shells in the context of military history. These weapons represent more than mere instruments of destruction. They embody the culmination of technological innovation, strategic necessity, and the relentless pursuit of military dominance. Throughout the centuries, nations have sought to harness the power of explosive shells to gain the upper hand in warfare, unleashing devastation upon their enemies with unparalleled ferocity. In this journey, we will delve into the intricate balance between technological innovation, strategic necessity, and the sheer scale of destruction wrought by these awe-inspiring weapons. From towering mortar rounds to colossal artillery projectiles, each explosive shell tells a story of human ingenuity pushed to its limits in the pursuit of victory on the battlefield. So, join us as we embark on this extraordinary odyssey through military history, where the thunderous roar of explosive shells echoes through the ages, reminding us of the enduring legacy of human conflict. The 457mm ammunition stands as a testament to the sheer might of naval firepower. With a substantial caliber of 18 inches, these explosive shells are among the largest ever employed in naval warfare. The sheer size of the 457mm rounds imparts a devastating impact upon their targets, capable of wreaking havoc upon even the most heavily fortified enemy positions. Designed for battleships and other naval artillery systems, these ammunition rounds are engineered to deliver maximum destruction over long-range engagements. The thunderous roar of a 457mm naval gun firing is enough to strike fear into the hearts of adversaries, heralding the arrival of overwhelming firepower upon the seas. The deployment of 457mm ammunition holds profound historical significance in the evolution of naval strategies. During the early to mid-20th century, naval warfare underwent a period of rapid technological advancement, with a particular emphasis on heavy-caliber ordnance. In an era dominated by battleships and naval superiority, the inclusion of such formidable weaponry reshaped the dynamics of maritime conflict. The 457mm ammunition played a pivotal role in shaping naval engagements, influencing tactics and doctrine as nations vied for supremacy on the high seas. Its presence in naval arsenals underscored the importance of overwhelming firepower in projecting maritime power and securing strategic objectives. The 457mm ammunition found widespread usage aboard battleships and various naval artillery systems throughout history. One notable example is the US 18-inch 48 caliber Mark I naval gun, which served as the primary armament on battleships of the United States Navy during World War II. Battleships such as the USS Iowa and USS Missouri boasted these formidable guns, capable of launching 457mm shells with devastating precision over vast distances. These battleships relied on the firepower of the 457mm ammunition to engage enemy vessels, bombard shore installations, and project power across the seas. Additionally, other naval powers, including Great Britain and Japan, also employed similar caliber guns aboard their own battleships, further highlighting the widespread use and significance of 457mm ammunition in naval warfare. The dimension of 457.2 mm holds significant importance in the realm of artillery and naval weaponry, representing an exceptionally large caliber gun. In military terms, such dimensions denote formidable firepower capable of delivering devastating blows to enemy targets. The precision engineering required to manufacture and operate weapons of this caliber underscores the technological prowess of the era. The 457.2 mm bore diameter signifies a substantial increase in firepower compared to smaller caliber guns, enabling naval vessels to engage targets with unparalleled destructive force over extended distances. The 457.2 mm ammunition finds its historical context and association primarily with the BL 18-inch Mki naval gun, a formidable piece of artillery employed by the British Royal Navy during World War I. This massive naval gun, with its impressive size and power, played a crucial role in naval warfare, particularly on vessels like the HMS Furious. The BL 18-inch Mki naval gun was renowned for its ability to deliver devastating blows to enemy ships and shore installations, thus significantly impacting the outcome of naval engagements. The adoption of such large-caliber weaponry signaled a shift in naval tactics and strategy, emphasizing the importance of firepower supremacy on the high seas. During World War I, the 457.2 mm ammunition and its associated naval guns played a pivotal role in shaping the course of naval warfare. As nations engaged in fierce battles for control of the seas, the deployment of these massive guns represented a strategic advantage for those possessing them. The BL 18-inch Mki naval gun, armed with 457.2 mm ammunition, enabled British naval forces to assert dominance over enemy fleets and coastal defenses. Its ability to deliver devastating blows at long ranges ensured British naval superiority and contributed significantly to the overall war effort. Additionally, the threat posed by these large-caliber guns influenced enemy naval strategies, forcing adversaries to adapt their tactics to counter the formidable firepower wielded by British warships. Thus, the 457.2 mm ammunition played a crucial role in shaping the outcome of naval battles during World War I, leaving an indelible mark on the history of maritime conflict. The 460 mm ammunition is synonymous with the Japanese 46 cm/45 Type 94 naval gun, which stands as one of the largest ever mounted on a warship. This formidable naval gun was a hallmark of Japanese naval engineering during World War II, boasting an immense caliber capable of delivering devastating blows to enemy vessels and shore installations. The Type 94 naval gun was mounted exclusively on the Imperial Japanese Navy's super battleships Yamato and Musashi, showcasing the pinnacle of Japanese naval firepower. The immense size of the 460 mm shells carried by the Type 94 naval gun had a profound impact on naval engagements during World War II. These shells, with their unparalleled destructive power, were capable of inflicting catastrophic damage upon enemy ships, effectively turning the tide of battles in favor of the Japanese Navy. The sheer kinetic energy unleashed by the massive 460 mm shells could cripple even the most heavily armored adversaries, making the Yamato and Musashi formidable opponents on the high seas. The psychological effect of facing such overwhelming firepower also played a significant role in demoralizing enemy forces and bolstering Japanese naval supremacy in the Pacific theater. The adoption of the 460 mm naval gun and its associated ammunition represented a significant leap forward in technological and strategic developments in naval warfare. The construction and deployment of super battleships like the Yamato and Musashi signaled a shift towards larger, more heavily armed vessels capable of projecting immense firepower over vast distances. This emphasis on sheer firepower and size reflected the evolving nature of naval warfare, where battleships served as the primary instruments of power projection and control of maritime domains. Furthermore, the presence of such formidable weapons underscored the importance of technological innovation and strategic foresight in maintaining naval superiority in an increasingly competitive geopolitical landscape. The 508 mm ammunition is closely associated with the Rodman gun, a massive artillery piece used during the American Civil War. The Rodman gun's bore diameter of 508 mm, 20 inches, made it one of the largest artillery pieces ever employed in warfare. Named after its inventor, Thomas Jackson Rodman, this gun represented a significant leap forward in artillery design and firepower during the mid-19th century. Thomas Jackson Rodman, a U.S. Army officer and inventor, revolutionized artillery design with his innovations incorporated into the Rodman gun. One of the most notable advancements was the gun's distinctive cooling system, featuring a water jacket to dissipate heat generated during firing. This design innovation allowed for prolonged use without risking damage to the gun, thus increasing its effectiveness and durability on the battlefield. Additionally, Rodman's expertise in metallurgy led to improvements in the casting process, resulting in stronger and more reliable artillery pieces. During the American Civil War, the Rodman gun played a significant role in shaping the course of the conflict. These massive artillery pieces were utilized by both Union and Confederate forces in various engagements across the battlefields of the Civil War. Their immense firepower and long-range capabilities made them valuable assets for besieging enemy fortifications and conducting long-range bombardments. The Rodman gun's involvement in key battles such as the Siege of Petersburg and the Battle of Vicksburg underscored its importance in Civil War military strategy. Moreover, its historical significance extends beyond the American Civil War, as the Rodman gun paved the way for future developments in artillery technology and tactics. The 520mm ammunition is associated with the Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916, a French railway howitzer developed during World War I. This massive artillery piece represented the pinnacle of French artillery technology at the time, boasting an imposing caliber of 520mm. Mounted on a railway carriage for mobility and ease of transport, the Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916 played a crucial role in siege warfare and fortification destruction during the conflict. The Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916 possessed formidable firing capabilities, capable of launching enormous shells with devastating effect over considerable distances. Its rate of fire, though relatively slow at 1 round per 6 minutes, was compensated by the sheer destructive power of its 520mm caliber shells. These shells were designed to demolish fortifications and heavily fortified enemy positions, making the Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916 an indispensable asset for breaching enemy defenses during World War I. During World War I, the Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916 played a critical role in destroying fortifications and breaking through enemy defensive lines. Its immense firepower and long-range capabilities made it particularly effective in neutralizing heavily fortified positions, such as enemy bunkers and trenches. The ability to launch massive shells over extended distances allowed French forces to conduct devastating bombardments on enemy fortifications, paving the way for infantry advances and strategic breakthroughs. The Abizier de 520 Modèle 1916 thus played a vital role in shaping the outcome of key battles on the Western Front, contributing to the eventual Allied victory in World War I. The 600mm ammunition is closely associated with the Karlgerät, a massive German self-propelled siege mortar utilized during World War II. This imposing weapon, also known as the Mortar, was designed specifically for siege warfare and served as one of the largest artillery pieces employed by the German military during the conflict. The Karlgerät featured a colossal caliber of 600mm, allowing it to launch massive projectiles with devastating effect upon enemy fortifications and defensive positions. The Karlgerät played a significant role in siege warfare during World War II, particularly on the Eastern Front where it was deployed against heavily fortified Soviet positions. Its immense firepower and long-range capabilities made it a formidable asset for breaking through enemy defenses and neutralizing strategic targets. The Karlgerät was specifically designed to reduce fortified structures to rubble, making it indispensable for conducting siege operations and facilitating infantry advances. Its presence on the battlefield instilled fear and uncertainty among enemy forces, as few defenses could withstand the devastating bombardments unleashed by this colossal siege mortar. The Karlgerät saw combat action in several key engagements throughout World War II, demonstrating its effectiveness as a siege weapon. One notable example of its usage was during the Siege of Sevastopol in 1942, where it played a crucial role in pounding the heavily fortified Soviet defenses into submission. Additionally, the Karlgerät was employed in the Battle of Brest-Litovsk and the bombardment of Warsaw, where its massive firepower proved instrumental in overcoming stubborn enemy resistance. Despite its limited mobility and vulnerability to enemy counterattacks, the Karlgerät remained a formidable weapon of war, leaving a lasting impact on the battlefield and the annals of military history. The 610mm ammunition is synonymous with the monster mortar, a colossal artillery piece designed by the French artillery officer Henri-Joseph Paixhans. This massive mortar, boasting a bore diameter of 610mm, represented one of the largest artillery pieces of its time. The monster mortar was specifically engineered to deliver devastating blows to enemy fortifications and defensive positions, earning its reputation as a fearsome siege weapon during the 19th century. The monster mortar played a pivotal role in siege warfare, renowned for its effectiveness in breaching heavily fortified positions. Its massive caliber allowed it to launch enormous projectiles with tremendous force, capable of demolishing fortifications and reducing enemy defenses to rubble. The monster mortar's ability to deliver high-explosive shells with pinpoint accuracy made it a formidable asset for besieging enemy strongholds and facilitating the capture of strategic objectives. Its presence on the battlefield often forced defenders to surrender or abandon their positions, unable to withstand the relentless bombardment unleashed by this colossal siege weapon. One of the most notable instances of the monster mortar's historical usage occurred during the Battle of Antwerp in December 1832. As part of the Belgian Revolution against Dutch rule, French forces deployed the monster mortar to besiege the city of Antwerp, which was held by Dutch troops. The massive caliber and devastating firepower of the monster mortar proved instrumental in breaching the city's defenses, ultimately leading to its surrender to the French forces. The Battle of Antwerp highlighted the significant role played by siege weapons like the monster mortar in shaping the outcomes of military conflicts during the 19th century, underscoring their importance in siege warfare tactics. The 800mm ammunition is intrinsically linked to the Schwerer Gustav, a German railway gun that stands as one of the largest artillery pieces ever created. Named after its designer, Gustav Krupp, the Schwerer Gustav represented the pinnacle of German engineering and military innovation during World War II. With a massive caliber of 800mm, this colossal gun was designed to deliver devastating blows to enemy fortifications and strategic targets, with unparalleled precision and power. The Schwerer Gustav boasted extraordinary firing capabilities and record-breaking features that set it apart as a marvel of military technology. With a firing range of up to 47 kilometers, it could strike targets deep behind enemy lines, making it a potent weapon for strategic bombardment. Additionally, the Schwerer Gustav held the distinction of firing the heaviest shells of any artillery piece, with projectiles weighing up to 7 tons. Its sheer size and power made it a fearsome weapon of war, capable of inflicting catastrophic damage upon enemy fortifications and installations. The development and usage of the Schwerer Gustav during World War II were emblematic of Germany's efforts to achieve technological superiority on the battlefield. Conceived as a strategic weapon for breaking through heavily fortified enemy defenses, the Schwerer Gustav represented a significant investment of resources and manpower by the German military. Its deployment during the Siege of Sevastopol in 1942 showcased its destructive potential, as it played a critical role in breaching the city's defenses and facilitating its capture by German forces. However, due to its immense size and logistical challenges, the Schwerer Gustav was only deployed in a limited capacity during the war, with its usage primarily focused on high-profile operations against heavily defended targets. Despite its limited operational effectiveness, the Schwerer Gustav remains a symbol of Germany's ambitious military aspirations and technological prowess during World War II. The 914mm ammunition is associated with the Little David, a massive mortar developed by the United States during World War II. Named after the biblical figure renowned for his defeat of Goliath, the Little David was intended to serve as a formidable siege weapon capable of delivering devastating blows to enemy fortifications and defensive positions. With a bore diameter of 914mm, this colossal mortar stood as one of the largest caliber guns ever built by the United States military. In comparison to other large-caliber guns like the Schwerer Gustav, the Little David distinguished itself through its American design and engineering. While the Schwerer Gustav held the record for firing the heaviest shells of any artillery piece, the Little David boasted its own unique features and capabilities. Despite sharing the same caliber of 914mm, the Little David differed in terms of its deployment and operational effectiveness. While the Schwerer Gustav saw limited but impactful usage during World War II, the Little David's deployment was hindered by historical circumstances and never saw combat deployment. Despite its potential as a formidable siege weapon, the Little David saw limited deployment due to historical circumstances. The United States' strategic priorities shifted during the latter stages of World War II, with a greater emphasis placed on other military technologies and tactics. Additionally, the rapid advancement of Allied forces and the changing dynamics of the battlefield rendered the need for such massive siege weapons less pressing. As a result, the Little David remained in its experimental phase and was never deployed in combat. Its limited deployment highlights the influence of historical circumstances on the development and utilization of military weaponry, as well as the evolving nature of warfare during World War II. Mallet's mortar is a significant piece of 19th-century British military history, representing a unique endeavor in the realm of artillery design. Developed during the Crimean War, this massive shell-firing mortar was the brainchild of the renowned engineer Robert Mallet. Despite its impressive caliber of 914mm, Mallet's mortar never saw combat usage, serving instead as a testament to the innovative spirit and technological advancements of the era. Mallet's mortar boasted a range of design features and specifications that set it apart from contemporary artillery pieces. With a bore diameter of 914 mm, it stood as one of the largest caliber mortars ever constructed. The mortar was designed in separate sections, allowing for easier transportation and assembly on the battlefield. Its shells weighed between 2,352 to 2,940 pounds, 1,067 to 1,334 kilograms, capable of delivering devastating blows to enemy fortifications and defensive positions. Despite its imposing size and firepower, Mallet's mortar faced challenges in terms of mobility and practicality, limiting its operational effectiveness. Despite its historical significance, Mallet's mortar never saw combat usage during the Crimean War or any subsequent conflicts. Its development and construction were completed during the latter stages of the Crimean War, but it was never deployed in combat due to logistical challenges and changing military priorities. Instead, Mallet's mortar served primarily as an experimental weapon, showcasing the innovative capabilities of British engineers and the potential for advancements in artillery technology. While its lack of combat usage may seem anticlimactic, Mallet's mortar remains a symbol of ingenuity and ambition in the field of military engineering, highlighting the ongoing quest for technological superiority on the battlefield. In conclusion, we've embarked on a journey through military history, exploring the top 10 biggest and largest ammunition explosive shells ever created. From the towering Schwerer Gustav to the innovative Mallet's mortar, each of these weapons represents a remarkable feat of engineering and firepower. Throughout our exploration, we've witnessed the sheer destructive power and technological innovation showcased in military ordnance, from the massive railway howitzers of World War I to the colossal siege mortars of World War II. As we reflect on these awe-inspiring weapons, we're reminded of the pivotal role they've played in shaping the course of warfare and the evolution of military strategy. If you're intrigued by military history and weaponry, I invite you to explore more content on the subject. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting aviation content. Until next time, fly high and stay adventurous. Thanks for watching.